It feels like just yesterday we were like 73 and holding there, and now
it is a distant thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50s, couple of sprinkles out there. That's how the weekend was too. Really kind of changeable weather, and the showers are not heavy, nor were they over the weekend for most of us too. But the most consistent rain here this afternoon will be into parts of down East Maine. You can see there's a little bit more in the rain shield there, and that's because that system is off to our north and east. That's the center of that storm is closer to down East Maine. So periods of rain there. Otherwise, an isolated sprinkle for most of us. Temperatures in the low 50s, mountains stay in the 40s. That's where we're sitting right now. I don't see any reason we're going to get any warmer based on the fact that we don't have that much sun and the air mass is kind of chilly too. Showers continue over down East Maine, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Most of us clear out before then though, dropping down into the 30s pretty squarely away from the coastline. The coastline's about 40, either side of 40 degrees. The mountains will be in the 30s for many of us, low 30s by early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is likely a dry day. Again, not a banner day as far as how warm it's going to be. We'll end up in the low to mid 50s along the coastline, staying in the 40s once again in the mountains. But we should see more sun around when compared with today, and we will not see those showers that we're seeing today. So for all intents and purposes, a nicer day. Wednesday, we go back to a mixture of sun and clouds, and temperatures really are struggling there. Once again, low to mid 50s, mountains once again in the 40s, but we stay dry. And that's going to be the case until it looks like Thursday night when our next system arrives. The models really batted this thing around a lot last week, but they've come into agreement. Now it's just a matter of exact timing, which will matter because we're going to kind of bleed over into Halloween. No pun intended, but it did work kind of nicely. Thursday night, the storm starts to move in. Periods of heavy rain, some wind, which we'll talk about in a second here, in through Friday morning. So there could be some heavy downpours Friday morning, especially over central Maine and down East Maine by about the middle of the day. But this storm does look to move out fast enough that I think if you're thinking about trick-or-treating or going out on Friday evening, we're likely to be dry because this is a quick hitting rain event that moves off to the north and east. Then the weekend is breezy and cool behind it as well. We're going to probably pick up anywhere between 1 and 2 inches of rain. Obviously, it matters which of those it is, and we'll fine-tune that as we get closer. The wind will be gusty here Thursday night into Friday morning. Most models have the peak wind gusts around 45 miles an hour along the coastline. Should be fine, but we do have leaves on the trees in a lot of cases still, so some scattered power outages would not shock me on early Friday morning. And then into down East Maine, same situation, about 45 miles an hour. Away from the coast, I don't think we'll have any issues. What I wanted to point out, though, is behind this system, it's actually windier on Saturday out of the west, and we're gusting to 45, maybe even higher miles an hour, and it's consistent. So Saturday may be actually more of a power outage threat than our system Thursday night into Friday. All right, let's talk about Melissa quickly. It is a Cat 5, as Brian just noted. It looks like it's far enough south of Jamaica. Unfortunately, the path is going to be kind of unusual, and it's going to cut right back across the center of Jamaica, and that is expected to happen tomorrow morning. After that, no threat to the United States, but I do think looking at it and looking at its forward motion, it is going to be a problem for Jamaica. Obviously, these icons are all bumbled here, unfortunately, but we will deal with that rain Thursday night and into Friday morning. It's an interesting rain over the weekend. It looked like it was going to rain on Halloween, and Luca had so many questions about what was to be done if that happened.
What's the backup plan?
Yeah, I was like, you just go out in it unless it's absolutely pouring. So we'll keep an eye on that. Of course, we need rain, so we'll take what we can get. Hopefully, we can get on the high end of that. But
I'm intrigued that he was paying attention to the forecast that early ahead.
Yeah.
Because it was a holiday, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay.
Somehow it came up, and now he's been asking this morning. He's like, "It's still going to rain on Halloween?" I was like, "I think we're going to be okay."
The boy is focused.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on. All right, Keith, thank you.